The first season of your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man has ended, so let's talk about it.
Peter, you're gonna be late.
Now, I don't really need to explain what this TV show is about. It's just about Peter Parker getting his powers, becoming Spider-Man, fighting dangerous villains, and that's really it. It's like, I just don't need to explain it. You guys know Peter Parker's origin story. Not this one specifically, but you guys understand. So I'm not going to explain what this show is about. But yeah, without further ado, let's get to the review. Let's go. Please let me know, did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you think it was okay? Did you love it? Please let me know what you thought of the first season of your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Also, all the reviews I do are spoilers, so if you're not okay with spoilers, go watch the TV show, then come back and watch this video. Also, I have a lot of content on my channel. Check those out once this video is done. We're kicking off things with the positives. Okay, now, I remember what this show was originally supposed to be about. It was supposed to be about Tom Holland's Spider-Man, like his first couple of years of being Spider-Man, and like how he got bit by the spider, Uncle Ben dies, all that stuff. And it was supposed to be called like Spider-Man Freshman Year or something like that. But then they switched it up and they're like, no, we're not doing that. And it's a whole new Spider-Man. So then everyone was lost interest in this show. Then the trailer came out 2 weeks before the first 2 episodes of the show dropped. Like, what are we doing here? You gotta drop it like a couple months before the show comes out. So what are you doing? But anyway, the trailer dropped, and this movie was getting dumped on. Like, nobody thought this show would be good at all. And honestly, myself included, I thought it would just be a generic kids Spider-Man show. And after watching the first episode of it, I was just like, kind of right. I did not like the origin story of how like the spider just came out of this portal, bit him. We can talk about that more in the negatives. But I didn't like the first episode. Then the second episode came out, and I actually started to like the show. I liked the characters. I liked everything the show was going for. So I really liked what was going for. As I said before, I don't know why I said that again. But yeah, liked it. So let's just stop wasting time. Let's actually get to positives. The first positive I have for this TV show is the animation. I love the animation for this TV show. It's like comic book style. Yeah, it's comic book style, like the Dogman movie that came out last month. I did not like that movie. I mean, I thought the movie was okay. I didn't really like it that much, though. I gave it like a 5 out of 10. It was an okay film. But one of the main things I really liked about that film was the animation style that DreamWorks did for Dogman. How it was, they took the animation from the books and they put it in the movie. That's what your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man did here. They took the animation from the comics, put it in. So I really liked what they did here. It's like the Into the Spider-Verse movies. I love those, the 2 films. But that's what they did here. So I really, really like that. So the animation, first positive. I have a lot of positives for this show, actually. The next one is the characters themselves. So we got Peter, who, okay, he's not as good as, like, Toby, Andrew, Tom, even Miles Morales, really. He's not as good as any of those. He's nowhere up there. But I still like his character. He is silly. He gets kind of awkward, sometimes even annoying at some times. But I still really liked what they did with his character. Um, I liked some of his serious moments. Like there's some serious moments in there. Not that much, but there was some. And when the moments were serious, I really liked his character. Um, we got his best friend. His best friend, he's got two best friends. His first best friend is Nico. Switch it up. Not a boy. It's a girl. Uh, I do not dislike it. I like her character. I do not like the end. We'll talk about that later. What they do with her character, how she's getting powers. Again, we'll talk about it later. So I don't like that. But other than that, her character, I like her. We got Harry Osborn, who we meet him in like the first episode, then we take a couple episodes like break from him. Then we meet him again in like episode 4, where him and Peter become friends. So I liked his character. I like how they're not doing the mentor thing with Tony Stark. Like that's what Tom's Spider-Man did. So they're not doing that. They're going with Norman Osborn, who normally would be the villain of Spider-Man, which he's not in this show. He is the mentor, helps Spider-Man out. All this stuff gives them suits. So I really liked Norman Osborn's character. The voice actor did a great job there. Sorry. Let's see what else. Let me just think here. The battle sequences. Oh, man. They're in like episode 9. There's this sick one with the scorpion. That was just great. And how... Oh, I forgot about Lonnie. Hold up here. Lonnie and Pearl. Great couple. Then they like break up and we're all sad that Lonnie came from this nice, sweet guy to going in the gang to protect his brother. And how he actually becomes Tombstone in like episode 9. Where he goes in that Oscorp truck. The serum comes in. So then he's basically like... He can't feel anything. He's just metal. So I really liked his character arc. But anyway, back to the battle sequences. Like the one with the Scorpion Man, it was just crazy how like Peter's nervous because a couple episodes earlier he got like full on stabbed by the Scorpion. So that was like an intense battle sequence. So then he's just like in episode 9 when he's battling him, he's really scared. But he gets help from Lonnie. And I was actually surprised because I thought Lonnie would turn into a villain. Nope. He helps Spider-Man save the day, whatever, and get Scorpion down. So I did like that, but I don't know, man. It doesn't have that big effect on me because I would like a bigger effect on me if Lonnie became a villain. I don't know, man. We'll see what happens in season 2. Okay, here. There's some more really cool battle sequences. We're not going to talk about all of them, but yeah. Okay, here. We got some really cool, like, not cameos. I mean, kind of cameos, I'd say. I don't know, man. I'm not going to quite call them cameos. Yeah, they're not cameos. Sorry, I had to think about that for a second. They're not really cameos. But we got, like, Daredevil in the show, like, episode 6 or something, where Spider-Man battles Daredevil. That was great to see. We got, like, a minute of Iron Man in the show, where he comes and arrests Doc Ock. We'll talk about Doc Ock later. We got, like, a picture frame of Captain America in there. I think we got Black Cat in there in episode 10, when the show was wrapping up, last 10 minutes. We get to see Daredevil talking. I think it was Black Cat. He's talking to a girl. Looks like Black Cat. Not totally sure, but I think it is her. If it is, I'll be happy. Hopefully they're in season 2. But yeah, there's that. Yeah, so I really liked some of the appearances here. I'm not gonna call them cameos, like I said before, but I did like that. Okay, other stuff. I really like Doc Ock's character, by the way. Great character, and how like he used to work with Norman. Then a big fight happens, and because Doc Ock just wanted to use everything they built for himself, sell it to street thugs, so all that stuff. So then they just went their separate ways. So I really like that. And then episode 9, like how episode 9 starts off, where when episode 8, Doc Ock got arrested by Iron Man and a bunch of soldiers and stuff, and he's in jail. And Norman visits him, again, start of episode 9, and he just talks about all this, like there's a huge, intense argument about how everything Doc Ock's built is now belong to Oscorp. So that was like intense. I really liked that. And how Doc Ock's like saying his revenge stuff. Really liked that scene. Yeah. We also got Aunt May's character. We don't really see much of her, but I like how they're doing the younger Aunt May's here. Like what they did with Tom Holland, and now they're doing it with in this show. So I really like what they did there. I really want to get to the ending of episode 10, how they closed this first season. We also got Doctor Strange. I forgot about that. So we see him in the first episode of the show, and we see him in episode 9 and 10, where Norman wants to get blood from Peter and like get a bunch of Spider-Man. So that was actually kind of a cool twist. Not really a twist, but surprise at episode 9, the end of it. But episode 10 and 9, I would say, where he opens up the portal to space and this not venom, but like symbiote creature thing crawls through, and we actually saw him in episode 1, and like it's time loop, how another like spider, and how like we see the spider go through the portal, bite Peter, and it's just like a time loop here. Really like that. It was cool. Now, enough about that. Let's just talk about the final 10 minutes of this season. I was just in shock at what they did here. So, the first thing, as I said before with Daredevil, I was talking to someone, I'm pretty sure, 90% sure that's Black Cat. I don't know, man. I'm 90% sure, though. So, there's that. A piece of the symbiote creature from episode, like the start of episode 10 and episode 9, there's a piece of it, because it went back in space or whatever. There's a piece of it that's still there, and Norman finds it. So I don't know if it's going to get Norman, or he's going to take it and like experiment on it, then it'll get loose and attack Harry or somebody. I don't know what they're going to do with it. I'm really excited to see where that goes. Now, I said before, I didn't like how Nico actually is. She gets these powers. Yes, so you know that she's in foster. She's in a foster home. And her mom and dad are dead, I think. So she gets a bunch of candles, and she actually like talks to her mom. When we finally see her, so that was a little bit odd. I didn't really like what they did here, but they did it. Whatever. Okay. Let's see here. Let me just remember what else happened. We got Harry. He's starting off this new crew because they're not trusting Oscorp anymore from what Norman tried to do with Peter. So they're not going to trust him. They're starting a whole new organization. And they're inviting a bunch of scientists there. So I did like that. I didn't really care about it, but they're doing it anyway. So we'll see what happens there. There's this one thing I've been dying to talk about since the start of this video. I don't know, man. Is there anything else that happened? Final 10 minutes. No, let's just get to it. Yeah, let's just get to it. So I was in real shock what they did with this, like the final, I think like the final scene of the show, where Aunt May goes to prison to visit. Like, here's the big twist. If you really don't want this spoiled, because I was in shock, please go watch the show. This is your final warning. I don't really do these warnings because I do it at the start of the video, but I did it just because when there's something big, I'm going to do it. Final warning. So, it turns out that Uncle Ben is actually still alive. What? Huge shock there. My eyes were just wide open when I saw that. Like, I was in disbelief there. But yeah, he's in prison. I don't know what for, but he's alive. Uncle Ben's alive, in prison. He asked how his son is doing, so I was just in shock there. That was pretty crazy. So I'm excited to see what they do here. Is he going to be a villain? What's going to go on with Uncle Ben? But something new. They didn't just kill him off right away. Like, I thought they were gonna, like, they mentioned him a couple times. We weren't ever going to talk about him again. Nope, he's alive in prison. So, huge shock. Let me know in the comments if you're in shock there that they did that. But, yeah, that's really all the positives I have. A lot. We've been talking a lot. Now, let's get to the negatives. So the first negative thing I have for this show is, as I said before, I've said this 1,000 times, the origin story. I just really dislike how the spider comes out of the portal, just picks Peter to bite. Like, do something interesting. Maybe he goes to a science lab or a secret spider facility. I don't know. Even in school, just random spider bites him. A spider coming out of a portal and just picking Peter to bite out of everyone. Really weird. Why does spider come out of the portal? Wasn't that portal in space? I don't know. Just, that was really weird to me. I disliked it. And I already said this before. I did not like the first episode of Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. I thought it was just weird. I didn't like it. Yeah. So there's that, the origin story with how the spider bit him. And even though in episode 10 or 9, whatever, how it was just a time loop at Doctor Strange, like they were fighting in the lab, and then him and the monster went back in time to where Peter got bit. Still doesn't change anything. I still don't like what they did there with that. Now this other thing isn't really a negative about this season, but they did share the leak of Gwen Stacy. And I really just don't like what she looks like and how, like her suit. I do not like her suit design. Like, I wish it would just be like Gwen Stacy from the Amazing Spider-Man movies. How it's just, she doesn't have powers. She's not Spider-Gwen. Just a normal, basically, version of MJ. I want that. I want there to be a version of that. Nope. They're giving her powers like they did in Into the Spider-Verse. And I like what they did there in Into the Spider-Verse. We don't need another part of that here, but they're going to do it no matter what. I swear, if we see Miles in this show, but anyway, I don't like the design for the suit. Her herself, she looks fine. The suit, no. But anyway, we'll see how season 2 goes. Actually, season 3's been announced, so that's pretty crazy. 3 seasons of the show, yes please. I don't know when season 2 is going to come out. If I had to guess, they start production now, or if they've already started it, no clue. All they have to do, it's an animated show, so they don't have to do much. I'm not saying it's not hard work, it's very hard, but, they don't have to do much. They don't have to film or anything, so. If I had to guess, if they start it now, then it could be done by, September, October. Something like that, November, December. I don't know, somewhere in the fall season. But hey, we'll see. Maybe we won't get it till 2026. I know that Batman show that came out in 2024, we are not getting a second season to that until 2026. So I don't know, man. We'll see. No release date or anything really announced other than the Gwen Stacy design that I dislike. But anyway, let's get to the rating. So I'm going to give Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man a 7 out of 10. I thought it was a pretty good TV show. It was a lot of fun. But I think they could have done more with the origin story. And I didn't say this in my negatives, but I think they could have done more with the action scenes. Even though some of them were really good, they could have done a little bit more. But yeah, overall, 7 out of 10 show. Can't wait for season 2. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. It helps me out a lot. See ya.